Number 14 Baylor women's basketball lost to number 22 West Virginia, 70-60. So what exactly happened? I apologize for looking it up because I cannot memorize all this stuff. And I knew this game was dangerous for Baylor going into this. One, it's on the road. Two, it's a ranked opponent. Three, West Virginia was coming off of an upset loss against Utah earlier last week, 71-64. I knew they would play a little bit better and angrier, to say the least. And another thing, what West Virginia does well on defense is Baylor's weakness on offense. I know. This was obviously huge in terms of Big 12 standings. Baylor's 8-2 in the Big 12, 19-4 overall. I don't expect them to drop that much in the rankings, while West Virginia is 18-5 overall, 8-3 in the Big 12. Fortunately for Baylor, they're still tied for first place in the Big 12 because TCU did lose to Texas Tech 62-60. And I'll go over that upset in a minute. West Virginia was up at halftime 31-25. Second half, Baylor did score more, 35 points. However, West Virginia also scored more, 39 points. But there's not more to the game than that. That's why I'm going to go over the stats. No use to going to the last minute game. It was just garbage time in terms of what Baylor scored and West Virginia scored at the very end of the game. I'm just being honest. And Baylor did not shoot the ball that great from the field, 30% on 47 attempts. They only made 28% on threes on 18 attempts. West Virginia's weakness on defense was the three-point shooting, and they just couldn't take advantage. Baylor did one thing well on offense for sure, and that's free throws. 84% on 32 attempts. They only had 32 rebounds, 10 of those offensive. Now, they only had 7 assists. Now, guess how many turnovers? 30. Yeah, it's hard to win games when you turn the ball over that much. 8 steals, 7 blocks, 23 fouls, 14 points off the bench, as in like Yuting Dong with 6 and Markayla Johnson with 8. And 3 double-digit scores really combined for a game. Talia Scott had 18 in this game, while Darren Little Page Bucks had like 12 points, and she only had like 8 rebounds. And it didn't help that she did get 2 fouls in the first half and then 1 more foul the rest of the game. That's 30 points right there, plus Bella Fauntleroy's 14, and she did have 4 fouls. So, yeah, that's 44 points right there. And Jenny Van Guyonbeek didn't have a great game at all. She fouled out. First of all, 0 for 6 from the field, 0 for 3 on threes, 0 for 2 on free throws. She did have 6 turnovers. Yeah, I kind of thought this game could be trouble in terms of no matter who was at the point. Because West Virginia is a pressing team on defense. And 2 players scored 6 more points in this game. I already kind of named them. That combined for 14. And Kirsten Johnson only had like 2 points in this game. That did not help matter. So I thought going into the game, Baylor needed one of like Kirsten Johnson, Kayla Nelms, and Kyle Abraham to step up a little bit more on offense. Beside the rebounding and the defense, that didn't happen in this game, to say the least. And West Virginia only had like 6 bench points with Lily, Cindy Woodley with 4, and Jordan Thomas with 2. They did have 4 double-digit scores. Lily combined for okay. Connor McCray only had like 4 points, and she was a near double-digit scorer, like 7.6 prior to the game. So they limited her pretty good. I mean, and there's obviously Jordan Thomas with 2. That's 6 plus Lucindy's 4. That's 10 points. So 60 points among 4 players. And Kiara Wheeler is a double-digit scorer, and she had a double-double, 18 points and 15 rebounds. Jordan Harrison did have 18 points, and that's another double-digit scorer, so that's 36 points right there. Gia Cook with 14 points, that's 50 already, and then Cindy Shaw's 10. West Virginia didn't shoot the ball great from the field, and it just shows how good Baylor's defense really is. 34% on 70 attempts. Yeah, you can tell the amount of shot difference. Yeah, when you have to give up that many more shots, or get more shots in general, it does not help your cause to win a game. Now, they only shot same amount of threes and same percentage, 28% from like on 18 attempts. They made 85% on free throws though on 20 attempts. Now here's another kicker. West Virginia had 45 rebounds, 23 offensive. I knew that was a weakness for Baylor's defense going into the game. Is the rebounding on defense. Yeah, I knew that. Could have been a problem. That has to be addressed. Same thing goes for the turnovers, obviously. Now, West Virginia only had 11 assists, 21 turnovers. So Baylor did force a lot. It's just at the end of the day, they didn't do enough. And I'll go over the points out turnovers, points and pains, fast break points as well later. Now, 13 steals for West Virginia, 1 block, and 25 fouls. Now, the points out turnovers was a big difference in this game, to say the least. West Virginia, 38-13. Same thing goes for the fast break points, 12-5. And the points on pain favor West Virginia easily, 36-8. Yeah, that's not a good recipe for winning games right there, to say the least, when you lose in all three categories by that big of a margin. And I knew Baylor was not going to go win all the rest of their games on the schedule. They had an 8-game winning streak prior to this, where they lost by 2 in the first conference game. They've won every game since until this point in the year. Because when you look at it, they have 3 more big games left. TCU twice and Texas Tech on the road. It's not even mentioning Kansas State, who actually beat Arizona State at Arizona State today. And you get Kansas State at home, and Tess Hill sounds like she's going to get cleared. And honestly, Arizona State can be a little bit dangerous as well. So the next 5 games, I'm going to just say Cincinnati really is going to come off of a loss to Houston. That could be a little bit dangerous because Cincinnati has played teams tough. They have. And even flat out win some games that they shouldn't, like Arizona State and Iowa State when they were ranked February 4th. You cannot let one loss turn into 2. Then you'll go back at home for the next 2 games. February 7th, you got Arizona State at home. You got to win your conference home games here, especially that one. And then obviously you get TCU, your rival, February 12th. Then you got to go on the road to UCF February 15th. I would think you would win that game, but UCF did give you problems at times in the first meeting. Now, for West Virginia, obviously this impacts NCAA tournament seeding, potentially for both down the line. We'll have to wait and see. Well, your next game, I'm not going to say it's a definite win. You got to go on the road to Colorado. Colorado's not a bad team by any means. They even beat Iowa State when they were ranked. Just saying. February 4th, and look at all that cross-country travel as well. Yeah, that's a problem. Then you got Arizona at home, February 7th. You better win that game. That's an epitome of brutality loss when I see one. Same thing goes for UCF on February 11th. Then you got to go on the road to TCU, February 15th. Not exactly ideal, but TCU did lose to a team that's kind of like a pressing team in Texas Tech today. Maybe it'll give them problems. I don't know. Then you get Oklahoma State at home, February 21st. Yeah, I just don't see them winning all those games. I think they're going to drop at least one of those. I do. Now, Baylor still has a shot, obviously, to win the Big 12 or be a 1 seed in a Big 12 tournament. After all, they just need to win the next 2 out of 3 in the big games against TCU and Texas Tech combined. And obviously, winning all 3, they would do that. And it doesn't mean like you can't overlook teams like a Cincinnati and Arizona State, a UCF and Arizona, Kansas State. I'm just saying in general they need to win their home games, and they also need to steal like road wins against UCF and Texas Tech, in my opinion, as well as like Cincinnati. Just to think about potential to be maybe a 3 seed for the NCAA tournament. Because I think if you win 2 out of 3, I think you have a chance for sure to be a 4 seed, maybe even better. And obviously, if you win all those 3 big games, as well as the rest of your other games, I think your ceiling is a 3 seed for the NCAAs. I don't see a 2 seed unless some craziness happens. So, anyways, if you like this content, hit the like, subscribe button. See you guys later on the road to 800 subscribers. Goals ultimate goal is 1,000 more submitted money to scores like video. Comment really helps YouTube algorithm. Some more people see this channel. The video does help as well. Some more people can watch. And if you're watching and not subscribed, hit subscribe button for the notification bell as well.